Hi, it's Chris, and here's my review of today's reading of reading through the Bible in a year chronologically. And today we read Ezekiel, and we started in chapter 5, and we read through basically through chapter 9. And man, Ezekiel gets into some weird stuff. Tomorrow we'll pick up at chapter 10, but it starts off with basically having God has him use a sharp sword and uses it a razor and shaves his head and beard, uses a scale to weigh it out and distribute it up 3 different ways, and burns some of it and spreads it across the map and chops some of it up and throws some of it to the wind and keeps some, and even takes a little bit and saves it and ties it in his rope. And I gotta wonder, is that like kind of on a stage somewhere? Is he kind of like a sideshow? Is he entertainment? Is he an entertainer? Is he a priest? Who is Ezekiel? He does some weird stuff from time to time, and he's seen some pretty fantastic visions too. We have that Ezekiel 5:1 right there early on, but man, the whole what I'm reading here is that God is very angry with His people, and it's for worshiping false idols. And in that idol worship, I guess they are also doing injustices to each other. They're taking advantage of. There's no justice. They're fighting amongst each other, and they're doing it privately, behind closed doors, and hiding. And God shows Ezekiel that He sees these things, and He shows them what He sees, and they're doing detestable things and in behind closed doors, thinking they can get away with it. Go get away with it. They worship things that don't have any business. They're just things. Some of them are creations of God, like the sun. Some of them are creations that hands made that are useless, worthless. And some of them that they worship are devils, demons that are masquerading, giving a little glimpses of their power, and they get people to follow them and do detestable things to their children, to each other, sexual immorality amongst themselves. Asherah was, again, the detestable actions of Asherah and Moloch are just terrible. They do terrible things to each other and disgusting. And that's what the people are doing. They've been warned over and over again, and yet they go, "Wow, this is what I want to do." And how many of us do that today? This is what I want to do, God. I'm going to do what I want to do. And yet they turn from Him. And His anger is against them. His anger churns up and goes forward, and He's splits them apart, kills them, does things to them, and has them do things to themselves that nobody's ever done before. That's just as disgusting as what they have done with their idols and with their false gods. Fear the Lord. That's the beginning of wisdom. Understand His power and His might. Fear the Lord. It's great. He's great. He's perfect. He's a good God, but He's a just God. Fear the Lord.